Hi, dear ones. How are you today? Well, first I want to say as I get comfortable here, um, I am not a counselor. I am. I took 1 year of child psychology when I was 19, one semester. Um, all I am is a survivor of a narcissistic relationship. It was a very bad relationship. I met this man 35 years ago. We ended up having a son over it. Um, 3 years ago, I came back to Nevada to be with him, and I thought that when we were speaking on the internet for 3 years before I came back here, that his little fits of rage and going mad and crazy just had to do with frustration and us being on the internet. And I really thought it would change when I got back, and boy did it. He has been discarding me. Yes, discarding me. He's been discarding me for 3 years. He cycles once a week. Once a week. I can say safely that in 3 years he has discarded me at least 100 times. And yes, that means at least 100 times I took him back. I don't know what he had over me. I knew he was cheating on me. He gave me STDs. I met the woman. She's a married woman. I've met his wife. Um, I don't know what compelled me, because I am not that type of person, uh, to continue to go back and go back and go back. And if you ask any of my exes, I don't go back. With that being said, I mm, I want to talk to you today about going back. Um, I follow quite a few people on YouTube who work with narcissism and narcissistic recovery. I belong to a couple groups. One of the groups has women who and men who are still with their narcissistic mate. Um, I don't get that, because when my narcissistic mate starts ignoring me, giving me the silent treatment, turning his back on me, being rude, giving me half-assed answers to my questions after love bombing me, I get pissy and I call him on it. And when I call him on it, it usually starts a huge fight. Now, every time that me and him have had a fight, he has commenced calling me names I've never been called in my life. Never gave this man a reason to call me those names. I'm not a cheater. I hadn't dated for years. I don't flirt when we're out. I don't belittle him. I demand respect for him. And you know what? I get hit on a lot. I get hit on everywhere I go. I've never shown disrespect to him or let any other person show disrespect to him. But it was all about him showing disrespect to me. We could be having a wonderful week, and the minute he had a gig, he started treating me like shit. And the reason he did that was he figured if he caused enough fights while we were out, I would quit going out with him. Well, that's where he was meeting his married lover, in the parking lot. I don't need to tell you what went on in those parking lots, especially since she accused me of that. Not. Anyhow, this man, and I call him that very lightly, because there's no man, you guys need to understand, there's no man and no woman, if they truly love you, are going to treat you the way that a narcissist treats us. None. These people When they cycle, no matter how good your relationship is, they want an exit. Well, you know what? I give him his exit every time. Every time he'd be gone 2 weeks, 1 week, a few days. Then he'd be back begging me back. Well, every time he came back, he had been with that woman while we were broke up and gave me STDs, and so many times I can't even count them. I'm on penicillin right now. Thank God that they can be cured. So first of all, I want to suggest that everybody who is involved with a narc, go get tested. I'm clean except for one little issue. And I knew it. He was back 3 days and the congestion started, the coating of my tongue. I knew what he had given me again. Uh, uh, but I convinced myself that he didn't. So anyway, I want to get back on task. I want to get back on subject here. The subject is, do not feel bad for taking them back again and again and again and again. Because as empaths, we only see the good in people. And all of us look for the good in others, except for narcissists. They don't look for the good in others. They want to suck the life out of you because they don't have a life. They don't know what it's like to be genuinely kind. They don't know what it's like to be genuinely happy. They don't know what it's like to love life. They're miserable, soulless beings. If they're not using somebody, hurting somebody, or yelling at somebody, they're not happy. As for those of you who aren't sure if you have a narcissist in your midst, you could be driving down the street and all of a sudden a rage breaks out because somebody didn't go when the light turns green, but let them get to the next light and they'll sit there halfway through the green light. So in other words, it's good for them, but it's not good for anybody else. And your whole relationship will be that way. Your whole relationship. It's good for them, but it's like when your parents used to tell you, do as I say, not as I do. Just saying, people. Don't get down on yourself. The time will come when they make you stop loving them. And I know this to be true. I know it. I know it. There'll come a time when you stop loving them. Now, I warned my narcissist. First, he's convinced he's not a narcissist, but he does the same things as every other narcissist. He even lies. He hoovers me. He flying monkeys me all the time. He told his mother I hit him. I simply pushed him out of my face because he was like an inch from my nose, calling me a whore and a slut and on and on and on. You girls have heard, you men have heard these words, telling you you're not worth anything, you're cheap, you're dirt, you're trash. You know, you will walk away one day, and you will walk away and stay away. Don't be hard on yourself. But I want you to do this every time that they discard you. I want you to enjoy life to the fullest. I know it's hard. You sleep them, you breathe them, you dream them, but that is because it's trauma bonding. You're addicted to the highs and the lows. Make your own highs. That's what I did. I made my own highs. I made myself happy. Trauma bond is being addicted to the highs. And in order to get those highs, that love bombing, there's got to be lows. Well, you know what? Mine hit me, and he pushed me. He left bruises and marks on my body. Of course, he called me horrible names, but for the first time, I seen come to manifest his anger and hate, his vileness came physical. I promised myself years ago when I was 18 years old that if a man laid his hand on me, it was over. And you know what? I don't care how much I love this guy. I don't care how much I used to love this guy. You lay your hands on me. It's over. And it's over. There'll be something in your world that you will not tolerate. It'll come. But I want you to stop right now and think about it. What is it? What is it that he or she would do to you that would be the absolute extreme? I used to think it was cheating on me. He cheated on me for 2 years. He gave me STDs. I took him back every time. Now, I don't do that. But I knew this. Many times he has raised his fist high above his head and swore he wanted to hit me. And I knew that if the day ever came that he swung at me or he laid his hand on me, it was over. And I got lucky. Because I know in my heart that if I ever let him back in my house, he'll hit me. No matter how good it is. And you know what? The good isn't even good anymore. The sex sucks. They're lazy lovers. They're lazy. Yeah, they complain about having to do the man's job. Are you kidding me? They're lazy. They care about satisfying themselves. He is the worst lover I ever had in my life. And he thinks I just say that to hurt his feelings. No. He is the worst lover I've ever had in my life. And with that being said, I still tolerated him. I still took him back. I still dealt with his name calling, his hatefulness, his cheating, his lies, his demanding trust after he stepped out on me. Because I caught an STD and he had to admit to it. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. He demanded trust because he had to come clean because he gave me an STD and there was no place else I could have got it. Don't be hard on yourselves, dear ones. And you know what? I have been out with friends this week and I love it. I've mended several friendships that because of him were broken. I'm out doing things again. If you watch my Epiclusa video, I'm canning, I'm sewing, I'm reading, I'm walking, I'm going to the gym every day. Find your own excitement. That excitement of the love bombing, love yourself that much. Wake up every morning and be happy that it's you're waking up to. Because you won't treat you that way. You won't call you names. You won't hit you. You won't chase your friends and family away. Love yourself, dear ones. Love yourself. Get up every day and shower. Do your hair. Do your makeup. Men, put on a nice pair of jeans. Shave. And look in that mirror and know that you are better than what they have treated you. There are so many people out there that are normal. They're normal. You're all in my prayers, every one of you. I read stories in my support group and I cry. I cry. And then I realize, oh my God, my ex did that to me. And I didn't cry for myself. Don't hate yourselves for taking them back again and again and again. Simply leave. Peace.